So at this point, I have started this video about 19 times. So for me to be like, hey guys, just wanted to hop on real quick, that would not be the truth. Because, well, I initially wanted to hop on real quick, and then I was, anyway, whatever. I had my ring light out. I have my makeup on. I had a meeting earlier today, but it was like a Skype meeting, so I'm wearing like sweats underneath this. Anyway, listen. After this meeting, it's just kind of funny. It got me thinking a lot about when I worked in corporate America. I was a legal assistant, if you can imagine. I was good at my job, but I was like dying every single day that I was there. I was like, what am I doing in this cubicle? Asking for permission to go to the bathroom, and just like it was a nightmare, and it really, really sucked. And so I would be planning events on the side, and then also don't let anybody make you feel bad if you're a wedding planner and you have another job as well, or if you're not full time. I mean, you have two jobs. Like, people are like, oh, you just do it on the side, and it's like, yeah, I do it on the side. Okay. Anyway, I am full time now, but my point is this. But when I was doing it on the side, it would be this mind thing that I couldn't really get around, where on the weekends, like, I'd be in charge and I'd be the boss, and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, designing these bomb weddings and putting these bomb events together. And then on Monday I'd come in and it's like, can I go to the bathroom? I know I was 5 minutes late from lunch. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It was a nightmare. And every Sunday I dreaded, right? So it's like I was living for the weekend, living for the weekends. And then, Sundays were like, oh God, 'cause Sunday's still the weekend, but Sunday night is like, that's like the beginning of the end, And when I was first started out wedding planning, I looked for different schools and I didn't find anything. I didn't find anything that matched me. Obviously I saw schools, but like none of the instructors looked like me, and then also like all of the work that they presented was from like 1992, and it's like a dandelion and then like a sprig of, baby's breath. And it's like, ta-da, like, this is what we're going to teach you, and I'm like, I don't know if I want you to teach me how to, is that what you're going to teach me? And then also I felt like everything was like very like paper heavy, so it's like, obviously with wedding planning, there are a lot of logistics, but it kind of felt like, I don't know, everything felt very paper heavy. Like, we're going to teach you about a budget, but it wasn't like, we're going to teach you how to make the budget work for you. It's like, we're going to teach you how to keep some numbers together. And you're like, okay, great. But anyway, and so I kind of flailed for a long time when I first started, because there wasn't anyone, like I said, there wasn't anyone who was teaching anybody really what I wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, there wasn't any instructor whose work I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, I want you to teach me how to plan a wedding. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, maybe they'll answer a question, and everyone is like so tight-lipped about information, and I get it, I get it to a certain extent, but I remember I met with this photographer, and I had seen people's work published on Essence a ton, and I was like, my work is like just as good, you know what I mean? Like, if not better. No, but I was like, how do I get my work published? Anyway, so I'm sitting here with this photographer, and I'm like, I mention it. And I've been writing for the Huffington Post for many years. I give wedding advice. And anyway, and so I had asked this photographer, like, how does everybody get their work published on Essence? And, they said, well, I have the email address, because like I said, I could never find it on the website. I just had no idea, And then obviously at networking events where everyone's like, I'm so busy. Like, nobody greets you with like a hello. They're just like, hi, I'm so busy. And it's like, oh, okay. I just wanted to say hi. But anyway, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so, and at these networking events, obviously, like, I would mention it and people are just going to be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, your wedding was just on there. Whatever, fine. Competition, they're like, I don't want Summer's wedding up there too. Fine. But this photographer was like, if you give me your contact at Huffington Post, I'll give you my contact at Essence. And I was like, oh, okay. It was just this funny little trade, which is interesting because he's not my competition, but whatever. So it was kind of interesting. And, so like I said, I had to flail and I had to fail a lot and I had to make a lot of mistakes, and I really had to get in there. I've been doing this over 12 years, so I had to make a lot of mistakes and, just like I said, figure stuff out, and, so I understand a lot of people have mentioned, the wedding industry is saturated and, this is what I want to do, but it's saturated. And it's like, what, there are a lot of saturated industries, but, one of the things about weddings is that people get married every day. Like people literally get married every single day, and if someone can't afford, then there's someone else that they can afford, right? So even though there are tons of wedding planners, I'm always like, there's room for everybody, there's room, especially if you kind of get out of your own way and you're like, you know what, there is room for everybody, So it's kind of interesting not having to going back to the law firm, not having to feel like I was dying every single day and dying all day long while I was there, but it's nice because it changed my life. Obviously, it's hard at first and it's like, where do you find clients and how do you do this and how do you do that? It's hard, but it's like, once you either figure it out or once somebody teaches you, then you're like, oh, I got this, I got this. But something I want you guys to do, if you are holding back and you're like, what's my first step? What's my first step? You know what? One of your first steps is, what's the name of your company? Let's pretend the name of your company is Striped Walls Inc. Okay? Look on Instagram. Not now, but when we're done with this, look on Instagram. Is Striped Walls Inc. available? Great. It's available. Wonderful. Reserve it. It's free. That's your first step. Okay, I don't have any money for a graphic designer. A lot of people don't. Go to canva.com, canva.com, canva.com. It's free. It's a free tool. Go there. You can make your business cards. You can actually even print them from Canva. But get your business cards. Okay, what else do we have? Right? I need to do my branding. I need to figure out my branding. Okay, here's a tip about your branding. Don't make it so trendy that you have to change it in a year because, because you've made it the hottest trend right now. My first website was one page and it was that chocolate brown and light pink that everybody was doing. This was 100 years ago. But yeah, I had to switch it up. I had business cards that I had to throw out because I was like, oh, this is really kind of crazy. Okay, go to Facebook and reserve your name. Okay, I don't have any work to show. A lot of people have started with work from their birthday parties, right? Friends' birthday parties, friends' weddings. Look in your phone. Does your friend have anything that you've helped them with? What about a birthday party? It doesn't have to look like everybody else's work, not right now. It doesn't have to be professional right now. It has to be, this is what I have. Slap a pretty filter on it, but it's still your work, right? So there are steps that you can make. Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. Reserve your name on Facebook, right? These are steps. These are all steps to start taking now, right? Start getting ideas. Start putting ideas down because when you get in your own way, that's how you don't move forward, obviously, right? So I just told you how many things to do? 3, 4 things to do. Go to Instagram. It's free. Reserve your name on Instagram. It's okay if you don't have anything up there immediately. Reserve your name. Go to Facebook. Reserve your page on Facebook. Oh, go to Canva, canva.com. That's where you can design your website. Your business cards. That's where you can put up pretty stuff for Instagram. You can do graphics for that. You can also go to lead pages. Make one page and that's your website. You can go to Fiverr, Fivrr, Fiverr.com. Everything is $5. Have somebody help you put some graphics together for your website. You guys, it really is this simple. You just have to take a step. So leave me a comment if any of this if this makes sense, or if you have questions, I don't know, or if you ever made any of these moves. You just ain't nothing to it but to do it. I got more, but I'm tired, so I'll holler at you guys in a little bit.